Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker. And once again, I forgot to check what number we're on, but it's time for another show and tell. So, little update on why my basket is mostly empty. So, I don't know what the deal's been, but since May, our schedule's just been full of little things. It's not like some super big we did have, Troy having his knee surgery and stuff, but like today I did everything this week to set aside yesterday to be a free day, and as soon as I finished lunch, one of the things I want to talk about arrived, and that took up the rest of my day yesterday trying to take care of that. So today now I need to go to the grocery store, fit in a workout, which is what I'm dressed for. I feel a little weird with, full face of makeup and my workout clothes on, but I'm not sure when I'm going to get my workout in. So I was like, okay, it's like 7 a.m. right now, and I'm going to go ahead and film. By the time I'm done filming, the grocery store will be open. I'll be able to grab what I need at the grocery store, run back home, put up the groceries, maybe get a small part of my workout in before the repair guy gets here to go through our gas fireplaces and clean those out. We were having some issues with some moldering in one, and we have another one where we can't get it turned on properly. So they're going to be here to do a tune-up on it, make sure we're not dumping carbon monoxide into the house and everything. So it's just, I had set time aside to take care of things and get things done in a very easy manner, and boop, time's gone, day's gone, can't do that, doesn't work. So, part of what I did do this week that I would say is crafty is I redid the decor for upstairs and turned our house into fall and Halloween themed happiness. There's a cat at the door. Hold on one second. Well, I figured it was little Banner Man, but Pippin was asleep when I came downstairs. He's asleep in the perch. He ate breakfast and was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm good. So anyway, I did all the redecorations. Hopefully I've got pictures here that aren't horrible so you can see what I did. I did a whole bunch of excess cleaning, trying to get, things cleaned for the season and clean that never get cleaned. So all right, go snore. He's been very needy and very cuddly, but he still is not he's like Curzon. He's not very huge on being held, but when he wants to cuddle, he's like on you. Anyway, so I did all the redecorations and everything. Got fall in the living room, got Halloween in the front of the house. Everything is brought down so Troy can decorate outside once we have our yard aerated this weekend, which I still need to go stick flags in the ground for where our sprinkler system is. Another just random little thing that just takes up time. So then that was my Tuesday. Tuesday, I redecorated everything. I packed up all the regular decor. I got out the new season decor and everything. That was Tuesday. Yesterday was Wednesday, which is when I had planned on filming. Remember, that's what I had told you. I was gonna do it on Wednesday. So I told you guys a couple weeks ago, the bike we had gotten for Troy, the pedal on it was broken. It kept falling off, and it was going to mean replacing something that cost about 70% as much as a new bike. So we may as well just upgrade the bike since we knew we were going to use it, but we were debating on which bike to get. So I finally decided on a bike, ordered it, got a pretty good deal on it actually with all the cashback rewards and stuff, and I need a spot steam cleaner, so a little carpet cleaner. Actually, it ended up perfect. So basically it was buy a bike, get that free plus 2 dresses. Anyway, so yeah, that's the deal I ended up going with. We ended up getting $300 back, so it ended up being about $500, so more than I really would have wanted to invest, but still cheaper than other options. So that got here yesterday, and everybody online says it takes about 2.5 hours to put this bike together. It took me exactly 2 hours to build the bike once I got all the parts out. And then it took me about half an hour to set up the online account and the all the iFit information and stuff. So like getting all that set up, the technology set up on it, was another half hour of my time. But it took, after that, you know, I had all the trash across the house. So I had to, once again, sweep. I did not remop, but I did sweep everything back up. We had bits of styrofoam everywhere. I had to haul everything out to the garage, break down boxes, stuff like that. It was a thing. So I ended up 4 hours of my day, 4.5 hours of my day was spent dedicated to fixing this bike. And I've got a couple pictures of me in the stages of putting this together. But I will say I'm very happy with the bike. It does work great. It's another magnetic resistance bike. So it's very, very quiet. It's just not how I planned on spending my day. See, that was supposed to be delivered today. And I was going to do that while the repair guy was here working on the fireplaces. I had a plan, but I couldn't. I didn't have a place to leave this ginormous box everywhere, taking up the entire front half of the house. Like I could not get in and out of the door. So anyway, that kind of leads us up to where we are today. Before I forget, the Charlotte area yarn crawl starts this weekend, Saturday. So I will leave a link for them down below in the description box. I plan on participating, but I think I'm going to have to go during the week instead of doing like a big, like 1-day circuit like I did last year. I think I'm going to have to do like Davidson, Concord, and Denver on one day, Charlotte on another day, because there are two that are fairly close together in town on Charlotte. I'll do Waxhaw on one day. Who am I missing? Denver, Davidson, Concord. I'm missing one. 2 in Charlotte, Charlotte Yarn, and these guys, Fiber Studio. Who am I missing? Concord's the new store. Oh, Huntersville. There's one in Huntersville. So I'll probably do 4 in one day. I'll do Huntersville, Denver, Concord, and Davidson in one day. And I'm going to try to like time it. So I'm going to Davidson for lunch. That would be nice. And then I'll do Charlotte on one day. And then I'll do Waxhaw on one day. Or I might be able to do Charlotte and Waxhaw on one day. I don't know. But I'm going to have to break it up differently than I did last year. Just football season started. So like, I'm not going to drag my husband away from what he wants to do. I don't drive in town on Saturday unless I'm doing it at dark 30 in the morning. So I'll do it on like Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday or something, because the one in Waxhaw is right by my post office. So like I can just, you know, swing by there, go to the post office, go to the yarn store, and then swing back through town and do grocery shopping maybe. But this will put me, okay, I've spent way too much chitter chatting, but I've told you guys, there are like things about adulthood that I think are really, really funny. And there are moments where I feel like I'm a very adulty adult. And one of those things is, there is a grocery store I really, really, really enjoy the products from, and particularly their meat. And as I eat a low carb diet, one of the things I eat a lot of is meat. I eat a lot of fresh fruits and veg, and then I eat a lot of meat. So I will actually, on my way back through town, be driving through Harrisburg. And Harrisburg has the closest Lowe's grocery store to me. If you know, you know. If you've seen one of those Tiffany package looking cakes, you understand the excitement. But their meat department is phenomenal for a regular grocery store. This isn't like some sort of fancy grocery store or bougie grocery store. This is just a really good grocery store. They also have a ginormous cart of baby tomatoes, like all sorts of little like cherry and grape style tomatoes. And one of my favorite ones, just because they're pretty and fun to look at, kind of look like little baby watermelons, and they almost always have those. So I can just do like a mess-o fun little tomatoes. Anyway, so on my way through town because I have to go through Harrisburg to come all the way back down south to where I live in Waxhaw. Make that big circle around 485. I actually will have to go buy that. Actually, I'll have to get off of 485 and then I'll have to drive if you're in the area, because I know somebody said they're actually in Monroe and somebody else said that they're just across the state line. But you get off in Harrisburg, which, by the way, home of Premier Yarns. Get off on that exit. And then the only way to get out of the Lowe's grocery store is to take in-town route all the way to Matthews through Stalling. So at that point, I may as well just take all back roads back home. But I am very excited about this because I have not had a reason to go by this grocery store since the yarn crawl last year. On the way home, I did, after I got my prize from the prize that I won for the filling out the scavenger hunt, words. I took the long way around home. I just did a complete circuit of 485 because I went to Huntersville and then came down. Anyway, I know. Lots of chitter chatter just because I'm generally very excited about this. This is going to be a very exciting week for me. I am hoping that my body decides to play nice. We'll just see what happens. Yeah, so Charlotte Area Yarn Crawl starts this Saturday. It runs for 1 week. There is a passport for you to do the scavenger hunt and everything. I'm very, very excited. Can't wait to see what I buy. I am planning on buying a stitch marker from every single one because every single one has a unique stitch marker. See. Anyway, what did you actually come by other than listening to me chitter chat, which I don't know why you would want to listen to this. What is in my basket of goodies? So, I am very pleased with myself. We have 2 corner-to-corner squares. And we have 2 granny squares. Once again, these are my worsted weight leftovers and scraps using acrylic yarn, mostly focusing on trying to use up my loops and thread impeccable and my Red Heart Super Savers. Size eye hook, 10 round grannies, 10 row corner to corner. Many of these are scrappy, but I do have some solids. My basket is empty. I have half a corner to corner square in my tote, and that is it. We are done with the worsted weight scrap project. All I have to do is start joining together blocks to make blankets. I think I'm going to do a count and put a number here for granny squares and here for corner to corner squares. But I think we may have enough for at least 7 blankets. So I'm going to spend my time joining blankets probably. That way I can start getting stuff out of my house. Moving stuff out of my, out of my space, out of my upstairs space. So that's that. But we do have one more scrap project I'm still working on. I haven't been really focusing on it because I've been focusing on this, but that is my DK weight corner to corners. So many of these are just using up mandalas. This is some bloom where I made the hat and cowl set last winter. I had an open skein of bloom. This is holding 2 together using a size J hook. And this is a 14 row corner to corner with the size J double DK weight yarn. So I already know how I plan on directioning my blocks. I want to do the alternating diagonal on these. I am not sure what join I'm going to use yet. I do want full sashing between them. But I did get another square done. I think this takes me to 13 of these. So I'm going to need quite a few more of these. But I do have, my bag is half full of DK weight scraps. So if for some reason Troy does decide to drive me around for the Charlotte Area Yarn Crawl, that's what I'll be working on in the car. But I think I may just take my time and go maybe I'll do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Anyway, I thankfully this morning while I finished my cup of coffee did the bind off on my log cabin shawl. So I do still have my last couple ends left to weave in here, but I did finally finish it. So I started this on the 17th of August and today's the 15th of September. So it took me almost exactly 1 month to find time to work on this. But it's got a nice drape. It's got a nice shape to it. I really, really, really like the way this one worked up. I like the way the start of this hits in the back of the neck. It's not a super dramatic like V or anything. It's not like mimicking like a Ruana, but it does have a nice curvature to the top edge of the shawl. So very much enjoy the way this is done. This is not using a specific pattern. There is one almost identical to this that's free from Karen, I believe, which I guess is now Spin Right, but isn't it? I can't keep up with who owns who now. So it's very, very similar to that. There are some changes I would make. I used their striping pattern. You can see all my little, like, they're woven in, but half trimmed. I want to pop this with some steam. I used their striping pattern, or a variant of their striping pattern, I guess, for how I did the two-tone option on this. But you could easily use their pattern and get the exact same look as this one. I think I have 2 extra rows in my solid section from what they said. But the big thing is you're picking up stitches and you're increasing every row on this top edge. I don't like the increase I chose to do on this, mostly because every other row was done on the outer edge. So I think it didn't make it too tight on the outer edge, but I'm not going to be able to firmly block this out. I think I would drop everything back to the 2nd and 3rd stitches to do the increasing and do a slip stitch across the top so it's firm but stretchy. On the bind off edge, to keep this fairly pliant and smooth, we have a nice bit of stretch there in the edge. I did a knit 1, yarn over, knit the 2nd stitch, pass the yarn over and knit stitch over, knit 1, pass over, bind off, alternating with the yarn over stitch. Doing a full stretch yarn over bind off is too much for most of the shawls I make, unless I do a round edge shawl. But alternating the yarn over does seem to give me the right amount of stretch and drape, but keep some firmness in the outer edges of my shawls. So that is complete. I will hopefully in the next couple of days find time to record a video talking about this yarn. So this is the Wool Select from Premier. I was originally going to do a comparative review of this with Lion Brand woolies, and I'm going to be honest, they're completely different. I don't need to do a direct comparison. Not only is this a DK weight versus a worsted weight yarn, or a light worsted versus a standard DK weight. As we get into the review, you'll understand they have the same fiber content, but the plying on this, the spin on this is very different. It is very, very nice. So I did enjoy working with this. Like I've said before, I do like blends. I don't generally like 100% acrylic or 100% wool unless we have like a touch of something else in there. So I'm very happy with this. I'm very happy with the drape. I like the way this knit. I do want to do a crocheted version of this shawl now though. And I do have enough yarn to do a crocheted version, I think. So last thing in my basket, and we'll be under 25 minutes, which is fantastic, especially since I sat there blathering for 12 minutes. I plied up the last of the blue acrylic yarn I spun the singles for last year. And plying this up, I still use the Lazy Kate on my knockoff Ashford wheel. Which, I mean, I like my wheel. But I have a tensioned, I was trying to figure out what I was trying to say, what I was getting ready to say. I have a tensioned Lazy Kate, and I have not used it yet. I did all the other plying on the Ashford on the wheel Lazy Kate, so I opted to do that again. I have a much better spin on this for some reason. I'm not really sure why. You can tell where there's some like irregularities in the yarn, especially here at the very end of course you can't like, I can't get like a good, well, you can kind of see where it's slubby there, maybe. There we go. But this plied really nicely, so I'm very confused as to why this is so nice versus everything else being so wonky, but I'm gonna roll with it. It's the first yarn that I have finished in a very, very long time, so we're gonna roll with it. I am set up once I clear my bobbins here to spin the off-white white wool, the undyed wool, to pair with the pinks that I shared with you guys last week. So that'll be probably while we watch the football game. I'm a Gamecock fan. We're playing Georgia. It's probably not going to be a very pleasant game for us. So yeah. Anyway, that's what I'll probably spend Saturday doing, is if we're not out at the yarn crawl, or I don't go to the yarn crawl for some reason on Saturday, I will be sitting here spinning off-white wool so I can ply it with that pink and do a 3-ply. I don't know what to expect this yarn to look like. So that's my plans. I have a pattern that I've been dying, or kit actually, that I have been dying to use. So I might start that over the weekend. I also want to start working on a crocheted version of this shawl. Anything I do in the car, will be working on the DK weight scraps, as well as starting the piecing process of the granny square and corner to corner scrap blanket. So I have a lot of stuff slated to start, and I'm pretty excited about it. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, fantastic day. Hopefully in the next couple days, I will have an opportunity to give my opinion and review of the Wool Select yarn from Premier, especially as a lot of people are starting to do their winter garments and stuff now. Now would be a time to have that as an option if you were looking for a wool acrylic blend. So anyway, I love you guys. I will see you guys real soon. Please take care. Mwah! And enjoy the pet tax at the end of this, because I think I did get a couple videos and pictures of the cats being cute. So bye, you guys. After the banner has finished with his keel, he must clean himself thoroughly before consuming his next meal. In comes the illustrious Pippin to see what has been going on, and the wee banner decides to challenge him as a rival. Pippin inspects today's hunt. What do you think? It's not quite dispatched yet. He's my good boys. I love yous.